Here at the Calasiao Sports Complex last April 6th, as this is where we officially opened this season of the Mpbl. Tonight, the Pangasinan Heat Waves are looking to make their own history with their first home court win. Ito nga ang unang season na may ipapakita ng mga Pangasinense ang mainit na pagmamahal nila sa laro na basketball dito sa ating liga. So we are anticipating a lot of excitement tonight. Once again, only here on the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
It is another beautiful night for Philippine basketball as we give you your continuing coverage of the MPBL's 6th season. Gianna Llanes did mention we are in Pangasinan, the home court of Hesed Gabo, who scored 18 points in their previous loss versus Quezon. Today, he will take on another scorer in Joe Gomez de Liano, who had 13 points and 6 rebounds in their previous loss versus the San Juan Knights. The question is, which team can bounce back and get back to the winning column, as our main event is set for you guys here inside the Calasiao Sports Complex. It's the Pangasinan Heat Waves taking on Marikina. Thank you so much for joining us, folks. This is Mix Gomez at your service alongside Coach Mike Perez and Gianna Llanes. Okay, Coach Mike, let's focus on the home team.
Yeah.
Pangasinan Heat Waves, they have a record of 1-3 so far. They lost their opener here against Abra. So how can you characterize the challenge for them so far in this season?
Well, I think the first challenge is to win at home. You gotta get that. But I feel if you look at the previous games of Pangasinan, they're really very close at getting wins. So I expect a breakthrough win that would push them above to where they really should belong.
And for sure, these Pangasinense are excited to roar here inside the Calasiao Sports Complex. But now let us break down the previous game of Marikina. That was against the San Juan Knights. We did mention in our previous coverage for them, paangat ang programa ng Marikina. Unfortunately, they weren't able to sustain it, especially in the second half versus the Knights.
Yeah, it's been a tough first 4 games actually for Marikina, including this 5th one, I guess, for Pangasinan. Coach Rizal trying to find the winning combination for his young roster. They came close in the first half, 27 lead changes and 7 ties, leading to the break. But really, it's just San Juan altogether posting their stamp against the Marikina team.
That was actually the first appearance of the Knights in the 6th season of the MPBL, and they scored 101 points inside the Caloocan Sports Complex. 3-point shooting, 12 out of 26. AC Soberano was big time for them.
That's right. And really, there is not so much to talk about in the stat because that completely was a controlled game featured the San Juan Knights in that win.
Okay, now let's talk about the home squad, the Pangasinan Heat Waves, who lost by 4 points versus the Quezon Huskers in their previous outing. You did mention they've been losing in close games.
Yeah, but very close yung mga games nila. In fact, in that game against Quezon, they trailed, I guess, almost the entire game, but they eventually kept the game close, got the lead early in the 3rd quarter. But Quezon just maintained their composure and leading up to that win. Pangasinan actually turned to their boards and transition game and bench production, but we just couldn't finish off that close game against Quezon.
Hesed Gabo did mention that he's back to a scoring role. The last time that he was in this role, he was still in high school with St. Vincent. So let's see if he can continue to respond to the challenge. But Coach Mike, do you want to highlight any more statistics here?
Well, just assist, getting us out assisted in that Quezon game. There are -7 right there, but look at the paints and the points. They were +8 in that department, primarily because of offensive rebound, and they totally out-rebounded Quezon that game. They were +9 in that department, which could have kept that game real close and eventually a win for their team.
Okay, now let's go back to that number 7 guy for Pangasinan, Hesed Gabo. Once upon a time, he was a member of the MPBL's mythical team. That was the time when they were the champions representing Nueva Ecija, and he did say, Coach Mike, na hanggang ngayon, parang may target pa rin sila sa likod nila. The defenders that he's facing seem to be playing tighter against him compared to his teammates.
Yeah, I agree. And, you know, that pressure somehow is getting to the team, and, you know, a breakthrough win would really help release that pressure, and hopefully they get back into character as who their team really is.
Okay, so now Gianna Llanes is at the sideline with 2 of our honorable members for the Pangasinan Heat Waves. I'll let you give the surprise to everybody. Gianna, go ahead.
Yes, I have 2 members of the Pangasinan Heat Waves here with me right now. I will begin with our familiar face of the Pangasinan Heat Waves, Hesed Gabo. Hesed, alam ko na you've been feeling very at home dito sa Pangasinan. You mentioned that you love the food, you love the people, the warm welcome of the Pangasinense. How has that been helping your performance so far this season?
Siguro bonus na rin na matagal na kayo magkasama ni Coach Gerson, and the amount of trust and support na binibigay nila Mayor Art is hindi mo rin talaga mapapantayan, kaya ibibigay mo rin talaga yung best mo.
Okay, and now mga basketball fans may not know him, but I know the Pangasinense people are very familiar with this guy. He is the mayor of Alaminos, Pangasinan, Mayor Brian Art Celeste, who suited up for his team today and will be playing. Mayor Brian, gaano kahalaga sa'yo to be playing for the Pangasinan Heat Waves today here in your home court?
Well, syempre gusto namin bigyan ng panalo on our home court. So, no excuses ngayong gabing ito, and we want to give Pangasinan, we want to win our first home game here in Pangasinan, and I wanted to be a part of that because this is the start of history.
Patiin mo naman lahat ng sumusuporta sa inyong kupunan dito ngayon sa Calasiao Sports Complex.
Sa ating mga kababayan, kaprobinsya ng Pangasinan, let's support Pangasinan Heat Waves at we'll make sure na ibibigay namin ang best namin para bigyan kayo ng magandang show.
Once again, that was Hised Gabo and Mayor Brian Art Celeste of the Pangasinan Heat Waves. Turning it over now to our Coliseum Park Mpbl Parade for the start of the game.
You'll be catching another exciting ball game here at Calasiao Sports Complex in the province of Pangasinan. Welcome to our main game between Marikina and your Pangasinan. This is the 2024 Buenas Manny Pacquiao's Mpbl Season 6, presented by Extreme, live on the official Mpbl Facebook page, YouTube channel, MPTV Signal Channel 98, MPTV Channel 53 on satellite, and on Pilipinas Live app. Here are the starters, beginning with the Marikina Shoe Masters. Starting at center, number 10, Mix Castellano. At guard, number 6, Eloy Tan. Also at guard, number 22, R.R. Casajeros. At forward, number 7, Andre Ibliani. And the other forward, number 3, Joe Gomez Zeliano. Their head coach is Rizal Castro. Assistant coaches, John Paul Basilan, Monroe Quezon, Fernando Punag, and JC Lim. Team managers are Leo Correa and Dr. Rianji Pioquinto. Team governor is Reynaldo Punong Bayan. And now, Calasiao Sports Complex. Get on your feet, cause it's time to meet the starting unit of your Pangasinan Heat Waves. Starting at forward, number 5, Vince Tolentino. Also at forward, number 17, your very own The Samurai from Basista, Pangasinan, Japs Bautista. At center, number 28, Tikomodo Dragon, Michael Mabula. Starting at guard, number 7, Hesed Cabo. And the other guard, number 36, Alaminos, Pangasinan Honorable Mayor Brian Art Celeste. Pangasinan Heat Waves head coach is Gerson Cabiltes. Assistant coaches Noy Catalan, Ariel Sison, Florian Pineda, Harold Nang, Jun Marzan, Joseph Gion, Jun Medina, Sunny De Jesus, and Dan Xavier. Team consultant.
The starting fives of the game are brought to you by Buenas. We have Eloy Tan, our Casajeros, Mix Castellano, Mark Igliane, and Joe Gomez Diliano for Marikina. The other end, we have Hesed Gabo, Michael Mapula, Japs Bautista, and Vince Tolentino, joining the mayor of Alaminos, Pangasinan, Brian Celeste, on his first Mpbl game, on their second home court defense as well in the 6th season of the Mpbl. Gianna Llanes did mention history can be made tonight if they can win for the first time inside the Calasiao Sports Complex. Thank you for joining us. Alongside Gianna, this is Mix Gomez at your service with Coach Mike Perez. Just to recap the standings, Marikina is still winless, 0-4 so far in their campaign. And on the other hand, Pangasinan has 1 win against 3 losses. Ball to the sideline. That's a turnover for Hesed Gabo.
Boy, and you could feel the energy in the crowd right here of the support of Pangasinan, and I'm sure, looking for that very first home win is order for the day para dito sa Heatwaves.
This is a zone, right? For
Right.
Pangasinan. Joe GDL for 3.
And we were talking about Joe hopefully getting a really good start in this game, and which we're seeing right now. And so far, he's been one of those guys that's very consistent for Marikina.
Oh, Joe GDL with a lot of confidence. Misfiring on his second attempt. Rebound for Michael Mabula. Forward, Vince Tolentino. There's Zaps Bautista, the Samurai. Short, rebound Igliane.
Well, a little bit of struggle here at the start para dito sa Pangasinan.
Great pass. Igliane could not finish, but he will be rewarded with 2 free throws.
But you just love yung energy nitong si Casajeros. Ano? Every time that he's got that ball, you expect that he's gonna give you 100%. And, making this free throw attempt available for Igliane. Really good cut and really good pass.
Well, Caseros is one of those 3 leaders pointed out to us by Coach Raisel Castro alongside Joe GDL and Eloy Tan. This is a young team, but still, you need your experienced players with the same system. Of course, last year they were under Coach Elvis Tolentino, but Coach Raisel is now on top at the helm for Marikina in the season. Igliane converts. They're going to try to make the most out of him because he is an SGL player. So it's the same narrative for him to Marwin Jonicio last year.
That's right. And when you're here as an SGL, you have to make the most of the exposure you're given in the same way that your team wants to get as much as they can from you being in there.
Nice high-low. Great patience by Mix Castellano.
So far here, Marikina getting a quick 6-point lead.
Hesed Gabo organizing the play for Pangasinan. He's being defended by Eloy Tan. Michael Mabulak trying to back down. Mabulak, turnover. Igliane is on the move. Foot race, Igliane all the way. And Coach Gerson has to call for time.
Wow, this is not the start that you want when you're playing at home. They tried to go to Mike Mabulak, would be their bread and butter play to finally get those 2 points, but well defended right there by Marikina.
This fast break of the game is brought to you by New Star Win to the Max. Well, do you expect a lot of running, especially from a young team like Marikina?
Yes, definitely. I mean, and these guys can burn that rubber in the entire 94 feet of the floor.
Let's see if they can score more than 12 points, which was their fast break total in their previous game versus San Juan. 8-0.
Enforcing unity daw is something Coach Raisel is very adamant about. Sa Marikina Shoemasters, may rule daw siya sa team niya. January pa lang ini-instill niya ito pagpunta sa practice, pag nagbibihis sa isang lugar, pag kumakain at kahit nag-extra work after practice, dapat laging magkasama sila dahil playing as a team daw sila nagkukulang sa mga previous games. In his words, actually magandang opportunity ang ganitong out-of-town games dahil may kwentuhan at kulitan, adding that he does have a lot of faith in his team that they can win today as long as they play to the final buzzer. Migs and Coach Mike?
There you have it. It's as simple as that. Spend time together.
Right.
Maximize this opportunity provided by the Mpbl as Michael Mabulak attacks and misses. That's a sorry miss. Offensive rebound. Michael Mabulak still no good. Battle inside. Mabulak is fouled.
And right there, boy, those offensive rebounds and those attempts real close. Really clearly, Michael Mabulak trying to go back to who he was, just like the same Michael Mabulak that played for the Rice Vanguards back then for Coach Gerson.
And even in their previous game, Mabulak had 4 offensive rebounds, totaling 9 boards against the Quezon Huskers. He also scored 7. First free throw is good. That's the first point of Pangasinan in this game, with over 2 minutes gone by.
And Mike Mabulak is one of those guys for Coach Gerson that, you want to get into a little rhythm so that you go back to who you originally were. You got to play within that character, especially as you build on this new team.
It's now 8-2. Joe GDL, Eloy Tan wide open. Short on the 3. Rebound, Japs Bautista.
That time, Coach Gerson opting to go zone right here.
Good defense by Casajeros. No foul called. Cabo, 2-man game with Michael Mabulak. He goes right. Hesed escapes. 2 free throws again.
And boy, Hesed timing and rejecting that ball screen action with Mike Magulak. Didn't want to go middle because alam niya may help pa doon. Saw that right side open, took it.
As opposed to what we saw before his NLEX days, Hesed Gabo has transformed into the absolute scorer for Pangasinan in this season. I'm not going to be surprised if he's going to be finishing at the top 3 in that category. But we do have a long way to go. And remember, usually in the mid-season, there would be roster changes.
Right.
So let's see if Pangasinan has something on their sleeve for us. But as far as Hesed is concerned, whatever role is given to him, he'll try to maximize it with his abilities. Casajeros from the corner, no good. Mabulak on the run. Michael surveying. Hesed Gabo almost lost it. 2 points for Hesed.
In that loss to Quezon, the fast break point was one of the weapons that they turned to.
Nice pass. Eloy Tan hangs and scores.
Oh, yeah. How about creativity right there for Eloy Tan? I was going to say, part of the reason why they're able to run quickly is because of Mike Mabulak being able to put the ball on the floor and be the one to push it on the other end.
That snapped a 6-0 run by Pangasinan. Now there's a turnover forced. That's turnover number 4 for the Heat Waves. Igliane wide open from way out. Too strong. Great effort. Casajeros getting the board. One more chance. Eloy, the pull-up. Bounce. No, sir. Oh, it's a travel called against Vince Tolentino.
And the turnovers really piling up here for the home team. And you got to be able to control that. Much as we understand, you want to go back the other way while the defense is not set up. Still, you got to avoid turnovers.
Sideline inbound for Eloy Tan. It's 10-6. Over 3.5 minutes gone by in the opening quarter. Our Casajeros, Marikina's captain last year. Up top, it's Eloy to their captain this year. Joe GDL misfires. Rebound Japs.
Yeah, totally miscalculated that shot attempt. Too strong, but
on the other end, Brian Celeste. That's his first attempt. No basket for the mayor. Counter. Eloy Tan bumping his way through. 2 free throws.
Well, Eloy just really keeps giving it to Hesed Gapo. Either offense or defense. Challenging him offensively, making him play defense. But then again, defensively, binabantayan rin niya ng husto si Hesed. So either way, if you're Hesed, you're up for a really big challenge tonight.
I'm sure he's hoping that he won't get into foul trouble, but that is the mission on the other end for Eloy Tan, who converts on his first gimme. This guy has one of the best characters in the Mpbl, an absolute amazing leader for Marikina. Always grounded, always fighting. That's the underdog mentality that they have practiced for the past couple of years.
Yeah, and this kid right here, Eloy Tan, really, that comes from the father. His name's Brian Tan. He's always been leading and nurturing Eloy all throughout his basketball career.
Shout out to his dad.
Yeah, and you love to have a father like that.
12-6 now. Hesed Gabo. Over 4 minutes gone by. Celeste in trouble. He needs a teammate. Bautista, 9 on the shot clock against Casajeros. 2-man game. Bautista to Mabulak. Michael opening. 2 easy points. Joe GDL looked to have hurt himself in the previous sequence.
Yeah, seems to have twisted his foot there, but seems okay. He's going down.
12-8 after the 8-0 start by Marikina. Eloy Tan, almost a turnover. Did he step out of bounds? Yes, he did.
And so far, we haven't really seen very smooth execution except for this one right here. Mike Mabulak seeing the opening and going for that layup. And there you see Joe.
So he twisted his right ankle.
Yeah.
He recently just tied his shoes tighter. That usually helps.
Mm-hmm. Yun ang first aid eh, no?
Oo. Sarili mo rin.
Higpitan mo.
12-8. Hesed Gabo against Eloy Tan.
This is a stagger right here.
2 screens up top. Good tap by Eloy. Recovery. Mayor Brian. Back to Hesed. Brian Celeste. No good. Can you imagine? 1 3-pointer. Just one to go down for Brian, and this house will go rocking.
And that could be the spark that they're looking to, turn the energy around in their favor. But right now, you got to play defense if you want to put up a good energy right here.
Joe GDL, another open look. He continues to miss. Ball out of bounds in favor of Pangasinan. Now we have the veterans, the ultimate veterans of Marikina checking in. That's Tito Mabigat and Tito Marlon Basco. And they have another youngster in, that's Mosqueda. You have to name him Sydney Mosqueda, another SGL.
A lot of uncles on the floor right now for Marikina.
And that's only a testament to their hard work and dedication to their conditioning and to the sport of basketball. 4 minutes and 40. Hesed Gabo, an opening for him. 2 easy points.
Yeah. And they set that up real good. Having that screener, leaving that lane open for Hesed.
12 to 10. Mabigat to Marlon Basco. 2 games ago, he was 5 out of 5 from downtown versus Pampanga. Casajeros, his three-pointer. That's a big one.
Wow. And then, Celeste really just sagging off Casajeros, not respecting that shot.
15 to 10 now. 4 minutes to go in the opening frame. Gabo dancing through, no foul, no basket. There's a loose ball foul against Vince Tolentino. Now we have 3 substitutions as this 3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. RR Casajeros just shaking off Mayor Brian Celeste.
I think that foul was called on Iglian, if I got correctly.
So it was Vince Tolentino who absorbed the contact.
Right.
Melencio, Taganas are in alongside Dakiwag. And this guy, Mark Meneses, a homegrown for the Heat Waves.
I understand Mark Meneses is one of those 1-2 punch of the University of Luzon that, this Pangasinan is really big on. These players, homegrown both.
I hope we get to see his talent in this game, as now Mel Mabigat was fouled to stop the break.
And I'm sure a lot of the fans of Pangasinan are hoping for the same as well for Meneses.
Now we have Eric Pili checking in for RR Casajeros. He joins Mosqueda. Demigaya, the tall guy for Marikina. The before mentioned Victor Wembanyama of Marikina. And they also have Marlon Basco and Mel Mabigat. Demigaya giving the screen. Mosqueda saw an opening. Tough shot. No basket. Rebound Shaq. Always looking for the outlet. And here's the homegrown. Meneses up ahead. Dakiwag creating space. 2 free throws for Ed Dakiwag.
Wow, he had a handful against the big guys right there underneath. You got Marlon Basco. And, he just created space for himself. Well, how about that pass by Meneses, too, to lead it up for Dakiwag to finish.
So now Ed Dakiwag proceeds to the line. One of our professional scorers in this league. First free throw converted by the former UST Growling Tiger.
And understand the other half of the 1-2 punch of University of Luzon on the floor right now. He's Kaasi, another homegrown Migs.
Ooh, good offensive rebound. And it seems like it was Kaasi who got fouled. So he will proceed to the line. J.R. Kaasi wasn't even a part of their lineup in the previous game versus Quezon. First free throw drops in. How about the love from the Pangasinense here inside the Calasiao Sports Complex. 15-12. That's a miss. Another offensive rebound. Not completed though by Shaq Taganas. Here's Sydney Mosqueda. Marlon Basco against Baby Shaq. Pili is blocked. Good defense by Meneses. One guy ahead. Dakiwag running the floor. Ed still has it. He turns around. Good footwork. Almost a walk. Dakiwag needs a teammate.
Yeah.
There's Shaq Taganas. Good feed. And it's 2 points for J.R. Kaasi.
And you get a homegrown to go and start being active and start producing. That time around, good pass. This time, it's a good finish inside of a pass from Taganas, and that's enough to keep this crowd roaring.
This play of the game is brought to you by Buenas. Shaq Naganas is definitely known for his passing ability. And there you go, the find to the homegrown in J.R. Kaasi, who has been aggressive already in his quick stint so far in this game. More importantly, the lead is down to 1, 15-14. You're catching us live on MPTV Channel 98 on Signal TV, also on Pilipinas Live, Facebook, and on YouTube. This is Mix Gomez at your service alongside Coach Mike Perez and Gianna Llanes. There's the beautiful Belle, one of the friends of Gianna, the girlfriend of Mayor Brian Celeste. Pili up ahead, Demigaya. He gets the basket.
I still think he's Victor from Wales.
Yeah, he does look like it.
Yung galaw eh, no? He's got a little groove to him.
There's an early foul off of that inbound play, and Marikina is in the penalty. So, we're going to see free throws for Ian Melencio.
This might be something good for Coach Jerson's team to go and exploit. Lalo na sa mga post-ups, no? I mean, you know that Coach Jerson's team always loves inside action.
Let's see if Ian Melencio can find those angles, as now he misses from the stripe. Demigaya got the board. He needs a point guard. There's Sidney Mosqueda, hounded by Melencio. Help up there from Marlon Vasco, who swings to the right. Pili fakes. Pili, step back. No good. Rebound, Tito Marlon. No foul. Ball tapped away in favor of Marikina.
Ibang klase rin yung presence sa loob ni Marlon Vasco, you know. And I mean, he's worked on his three as well, right? He's made a couple on some of the games.
Just not in their previous outing, so he's looking to bounce back. Demigaya, short range, no basket. Pangasinan looking to tie or get the lead. Ian Melencio going left. He needs a teammate up top. J.R. Kaasi. Meneses couldn't get to it. Shaq Taganas, good cut. And that's off of the leg of J.R. Kaasi.
So far, this J.R. Kaasi's been very impressive so far. You know, he's used his basketball knowledge and executes whatever they do in practice. Really good weave on the side and finding Taganas on the low block. Look at him again.
That's a steal by J.R. Meneses down the middle. Alley-oop! No finish for Kaasi. Recovery for Pangasinan. Up top. Melencio. Two screens. He used them both. And that's a foul by Demigaya.
A little double drag action from the top here. Couple of guys providing that stagger screen up high. But how about that highlight play? Could have gone in para dito kay Kaasi kanina kung pumasok.
He did mention that's their 1-2 punch, so they already have all the chemistry in the world. By the way, Demigaya was just called for his third foul. So now Azar Ujan is in the game for the first time. Melencio converting on his first gimme.
At saka pag tinignan mo, Migs, itong lima na ito para sa Pangasinan, these guys are looking to run. I mean, you have Shaq Taganas, who is a quarterback on a fast break.
That's right. That's the perfect way to put it.
Yeah. Only way you're going to do is if he gets that rebound, you got to run.
Jomel Andayan makes his first appearance. He's the new point guard for Marikina. Double teamed. He needs a teammate. Steal, Kaasi, Melencio stops. Melencio doesn't get the bounce, and there's a loose ball foul. So that's more free throws for Pangasinan.
And boy, man. Except for the points, the roll stats are actually going the way of Kaasi and Meneses. These guys have been really good.
Eloy Tan now returns for Marikina. So Mark Meneses proceeds to the line. That's why we heard the cheers from the crowd. The homegrown converting. Now the lead is with Pangasinan.
Tsaka maganda sa combination, parehong kaliwete, mix, you know. If I read that correctly, both of them are lefties.
Here's the second one for Mark. Bit too strong. Offensive
wow.
rebound. J.R. Kaasi. Down the middle. Ed Dakiwag is blocked, but that's another foul called this time on Azar Ujan. He wants a challenge. But it seems like Coach Raisal won't give it to him.
And boy, you love that Dakiwag has that aggressiveness here in this game. They're gonna need his course and his point contribution as well. This really just sped up the game. Itong limang to para sa Heat Waves, ano?
Free throw shooting though hasn't been quite friendly for Pangasinan, especially in the last couple of sequences after starting 7 out of 9 from the stripe. Second one, that's good for Ed. 2 points for him, 19-17. Marikina having trouble bringing that ball down. Nice feed. Jomel Landayan will score.
Well, that's one guy really that has risen for Marikina. I love his composure. And right now, he's understanding where he's playing.
Steal by Landayan. Eric Pili back to Jomel. Not much space there. 16 on the shot clock. 1 minute and 10 remaining in the opening frame. Eloy Tan, the drive. Nice sidestep move.
Wow, how about that sweet sauce on that finish by Eloy Tan? A little spin on that glass shot.
That's 6 points now for Eloy Tan in this game. He's the leading scorer of Marikina. Tied up with Hesed Gabo, who's now at the bench. Dakiwag from downtown.
These five has really produced a lot para dito sa Heat Waves, bringing them a lot of momentum.
The press continues. Azar Ujan, hounded by Kaasi. Good help. Before Dakiwag could go to aid Kaasi, the ball went out of bounds. Marikina will keep possession.
And Pangasinan right now with the lead, but look at this beautiful hesitation move. Little Euro step going inside. Eloy Tan showing us the moves.
On the other end, Ed Dakiwag showing us the range. His first three-pointer in this game, and also the first three of Pangasinan. Eloy, kick out. Landayan, baseline drive, leaner, no basket, and that's a foul. 2 free throws again for Pangasinan.
Oh, wow.
Our referees will review this.
And boy, we've really just been seeing really good stuff from these two guys, Kaasi and Meneses. Mark and JR has given them the energy that they need off the bench. And the thing is, if you're Coach Raisa, you haven't scouted these guys. You know, could be a part of it too. So hindi mo alam where they fit in the system. Now you gotta figure it out on the fly.
So it's no unspo against Azar Ujan. But these bigs of Marikina have to be careful. They're getting into foul trouble.
Right.
Now Kaasi is at the stripe, getting ready to shoot 2 free throws. He has 3 points so far.
And we're just in the first quarter. I mean, you can't pile up those fouls, to your point. Oh, man.
Free throw woes continue.
Parang kanina nadadalian silang sumut dito. Ngayon hirap.
Right.
No?
Very ironic because this is the home team.
Their home team, right.
But after all, they're not based here.
Okay.
The Pangasinan team do not, or they do not have their training sessions here in Calasiao.
Okay.
23-21. 18 seconds remaining before the end of one. Landayan loses space.
It's another turnover.
Hesed Gabo will now check in. Another guy for Pangasinan. That's Miranda.
Yeah, Miranda's another homegrown here of the Heat Waves. And I guess clearly, Coach Gerson Cabiltes has decided to give exposures to these homegrown players, which is really good to the program of the Heat Waves.
Celeste almost escaped. 4 seconds, and it's a dribbling violation. Traveling, actually, for Evangelista.
Well, that all was made possible because of the defense of Miranda. And again, this has been a homegrown quarter para dito sa Heat Waves.
Pangasinan seems to have a good number of homegrown forwards, except for Celeste. 2 seconds. Hesed Gabo needs to fire. Turn around, no foul. Good honest defense by Eloy Tan. And so, after 10 minutes, the score reads 23-21.
And that has been really the story. Hesed Gabo being challenged by Eloy Tan, even on that last attempt to end the quarter. But how about those 3 guys that have risen? And Hesed Gabo tried to start the attack para dito sa Heat Waves. At some point, it was Kaasi who actually helped out huge alongside Miranda, JR, and Mark. Boy, those 2 guys really good here for the Heat Waves.
He did mention it's not necessarily scoring for those homegrown. They've done a bit of everything, rebounding, playing defense. And Dakiwag also gave us the first 3-pointer for Pangasinan. That's definitely a good sign. This end of the first quarter score is brought to you by GameX, the official online ending partner of the Mpbl, the first and original online basketball ending sa Pinas. Nagbabalik po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. This is Mix Gomez at your service alongside Coach Mike Perez and Gian Alianes as we come to you live from Calasiao, Pangasinan, the Puto capital of the Philippines. Second quarter action, Marlon Basco, pull up and the make.
Definitely, that's something that he's been working on, and he's been very consistent. And you love for Marlon to hit those shots from the outside, spreads the floor, and gives others guys opportunity to go inside.
First 2 points in this game for Marlon Basco. Good defense by Marikina. Dakiwag still trying to find an opening. Good fake. Dakiwag. There was a foul. That's by Jomel Landayan.
Pinasukan kaagad ng subukang maka-steal but huli.
Now John Gabriel makes his first appearance for the Heat Waves.
This is gonna be interesting, John versus Marlon.
Right. The ultimate veteran squaring off. Sideline inbound, Ian Melencio. Screen by John. Melencio splits the D. Kick out. Dakiwag for 3. Off to the right. Rebound for Pangasinan. Feed inside. John is fouled.
Well, the way these role players have been, ibang klase. I mean, paulit-ulit ako pero talagang humahanga ako dito sa nilalaro nito mga homegrown na to
This free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. First free throw for John Gabriel is good. He's a part of this veteran front court lineup of Coach Gerson Cabiltes. If you think about it, yeah, they do have a lot of veterans.
Yep.
Mabulak, Taganas, among others. Even Dennis Villamor is a vet. And Jeff Avillanar.
Right. Malalim sa veterano.
25-23, Joe Gomez de Riaño. Eloy Tan calling out to play. Horns. He goes right. Hounded by Meneses. 9 on the shot clock. They go to Jomel. Landayan. Down the middle. There's the feed. Good defense by Meneses. Out of bounds in favor of Pangasinan.
Yeah, just didn't have enough space for that backdoor cut. And the pass was too low then.
It's now 25-23. A minute gone by in the second quarter. Full court man-to-man for Marikina.
Talagang challenge nila, feeling nila they don't have enough ball handlers on the side of the Heat Waves. And so, if you're Pangasinan, you gotta give this to Melencio and have him safely cross the ball over to half court.
And Melencio is being guarded by Jomel Landayan, who's one of our peskiest defenders in the league.
Oh, yeah, agree. Totally agree.
Look at that defense by Jomel. Ian Melencio, almost a turnover. A lot of contact, no foul. Melencio still at it. 16 on the shot clock. John Gabriel. 10 seconds. Nice cross. Gabriel, what's the call? It's a foul.
That was actually footwork action between those two bigs, Marlon Basco and John Gabriel. Of course, John, if you go back to his peak, he really was used to playing that far, and he can put that ball on the floor and create.
So now, it seems like it's Migs Castellano who will try to stop John Gabriel. Sideline inbound, Kaasi onto Melencio. 2 screens. Pandayan keeping it tight. Melencio, 6 seconds. Ian escapes, tough pass. Meneses turns around, jumper, short. Rebound for JR Kaasi.
Wow.
There's the feed. The ball almost went out of bounds. On the recovery, there's a miss by Mark Meneses.
But you love the activity of the Heat Waves right now.
Castellano. No handoff for Eloy Tan. Migs will attack. Kick out. From the corner, it's Evangelista who misfires. Melencio running the floor. Nice feed. Gabriel all the way.
Wow. And Gabriel to be able to run the entire length of the floor at that speed, you have to admire it. You love it if you're Coach Gerson.
That's 4 points now for John Gabriel coming off the bench. And it's a 4-point advantage for Coach Gerson Cabiltes and company. They're looking for their first home win in the history of the MPBL. Joe Gomez de Liano, that was a bad pass.
The angle wasn't so good as well. Medyo mahirap saluhin yun. You gotta be able to adjust, I guess, a little bit for Joe.
There's Joe GDL, not too happy with that previous sequence. We did see a couple of substitutions as this fast break of the game is brought to you by New Star. Win to the max. The perfect delivery by Ian Melencio to John Gabriel. Homegrown Kurt Calagio is in the game for the first time.
There you go.
They also have Jeff Avillanar and Dennis Villamor. Esed Gabo also has returned. 10 on the shot clock. Villamor trying to seal. That's a mismatch. Cutter, John Gabriel, no foul. Put back, basket and one.
Well, Villamor really trailing that layup attempt by John Gabriel and really putting it in. A little pass, trailed it, and made that putback.
Great activity between the two veterans for Pangasinan. Dennis Villamor, formerly of Zamboanga in Batangas, missing on his gimme. It's 29-23. Eloy Tan running the course of the floor. And he scores.
That's literally a foot race. Walang umabot, karera lang.
Carrera ulit. Eloy Tan with a
Umabot.
steal. What a play. Risky pass. Eloy recovers. There's his teammate Casajeros. Forward for Marikina. 3-on-3. Trailer. Eloy pull up. Too strong. Rebound. Eloy Tan. Kick out. Casajeros for 3. Off to the left. Another offensive rebound for Marikina.
Boys got to settle down now. That's what Eloy's saying.
And there's a foul on the cut of R.R. Casajeros.
Just so many men moving around para dito sa Marikina, and that puts a lot of pressure on the defense of the Heat Waves. You got to be able to cover yung mga cutters na yun. Otherwise, those lanes are going to be free.
Cordillera has checked in, by the way, for Marikina. He played for Bulacan last year. Good to have him back. Eloy Tan. He did ask for the screen. There it is from Migs. Eloy almost traveled. Nice play. Castellano just couldn't convert.
That's right. Good up fake right there by Eloy.
Calagio on the other end. There's a foul.
Try to split that middle. Ito si Calagio.
For those of you who are wondering, yes, Kurt Calagio is the son of Chris Calagio. He's a homegrown, but he did spend some time overseas when he was still in school. Now let's go to Gianna Llanes.
We cannot take Marikina lightly because their standing does not speak for their performances. They are a formidable opponent. Yun ang naging reminder ni Coach Gerson sa Pangasinan Heatwaves. Actually, gaya ni Coach Crisal, kwento ni Coach Gerson, he's still trying to get his team to gel as well para mas makilala ang mga personalidad ng mga players na hindi pa niya naka-work before. He is constantly having one-on-one conversations with them face-to-face or through the phone. And to get to know their way of play naman, he is always watching their old videos playing for their former teams. And now, para ma-expedite ang proseso, malaking tulong daw na nasama ni Coach Gerson ang kanyang coaching staff from his former team to explain his system to each and every player. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Gianna. After all, Coach Gerson is practically a geek in terms of watching videos. This guy spends a lot of time, especially after losses, just reviewing film. Sometimes he would even miss out on sleep because of how serious and passionate he is to, bounce back in the MPBL. So that speeds up his familiarity with the Pangasinan Heatwaves, as now we have a challenge on the court.
Yeah, and that brings to mind having to go back to the level of details ng mga miscues that you wanna correct. I mean, parang kung pwede mo lang ibalik yung mga players mo ulit sa court para mag-practice, you would. But these guys gotta recover and take some rest before you can actually get them back and do a re-strategy for the next game.
This is our first challenge of the game, by the way. There's Coach Rysel Castro, who on the other end, last year played the good cup to Marikina. So, syempre, stricto si Coach Elvis, di ba? Kailangan ng kakampi ng mga players. So, ngayon, iba na. Head coach na siya.
Yep.
He has to learn how to be the bad cop as well, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It just means you have to be strict, as much as Coach Gerson is to Pangasinan and Nueva Ecija before.
That's right.
Pero alam mo, you wanna say a point first?
Go.
Okay. Na-share sa akin ni Coach Rysel kanina na medyo mahirap magpaka-bad cup. Kasi, alam mo yung alam mo yung pakiramdam ng bata. Alam mong parang medyo nasasaktan, o di kaya, alam mo yun, kailangan niya tanggapin yung tough love.
Right.
So, it's not easy, especially if you have a soft heart.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Coach Elvis doesn't have a soft heart. He himself has achieved a lot in the MPBL, so big kudos to him. But there you go. That's a transition for Marikina.
Yeah, and see Coach Elvis really just, I guess, has that balance of, soft touch and riling them up, and that part of the character of Coach Elvis really is something that Coach Rysel has to grow into. Tama ka dun. It's not that easy, but, you got to do it.
Coach Gerson is waiting patiently for the result of this challenge. We'll let our referees decide just to get it correct. This is our last game for your MPBL week. We are in Pangasinan. On Monday, we'll be back in Manila. Tuesday, Parañaque. Wednesday, Batangas. We're ready to listen in to Miguel Perey.
Upon review, the challenge was unsuccessful. Ball possession stays with Marikina's G-Masters.
Unsuccessful. Let's see what happened. Okay, so it was off of Jeff Avillanar. There you go. It really was quite close. That's why our referees had to take their time. Joe GDL now inbounds. Great escape by Landayan. The pressure continues. Jomel facing Kurt Calagio. 6 minutes and 8 seconds before halftime. Castellano popping out is Joe GDL. Miggs leaning in. There's the kick out. Codinera for three. That's good.
No, you got to close out on shooters. You just can't allow them to take those shots.
That was the role as well of Manu Codinera last year. Good to have him back. Avillanar misfires. One more chance for Pangasinan. They're up by one. John to Heset. Gabo. Step back. Jumper. Short. Ball recovered by Kurt Calagio. No high-low. Heset back at it.
Mismatch.
8 seconds. Nice pass to the middle. One more. Villamor couldn't score. And here's the counter for Marikina. Counter steal by Heset Gabo. It's Jeff Avillanar. Handoff. Villamor. On to Gabriel. A lot of time here. Gabriel backing down. He spins and misses. And there's a foul on the rebounding sequence.
Yeah, and you see that John Gabriel, I think twice or thrice already we've seen him post up. That's actually one of the, I guess, favorite weapons of Coach Gerson Cabildes. The post-ups, the little high-lows. We've seen that in Nueva Ecija. And I guess this time around, it's John that he's turning to for those post-ups.
Well, he definitely has the tools. And speaking of tools, this three-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Manu Codiniera with his first points for Marikina in this game.
Ang basketball talaga nilalaro inside out. Kaya kita mo yung inside attack na ni Marikina and then kicked it out eventually to Codiniera for that three on the wing.
Great recognition. Now we're back with the white shirts. 28-29. This is a chance to regain the lead. Remember, they started this game 8-0. Kick out. That was a bit too high. Calagio with a steal. 2-on-1. Kurt Calagio all the way.
Well, the homegrown kids continue to impress us, Migs. This is really good for the program of the Heatwaves.
On the other end, there was a foul on the driving sequence by Joe Gomez de Riaño. This was the replay. Another homegrown making his mark on their home court defense. Kurt Calagio. Steal and the layup.
When his dad, when he was playing back in Letran, it's one of those really good combo guards, you know, pwedeng point, pwedeng wing.
And boy, did he have a deadly shot.
Yeah.
As Eric Pili misfired. Great effort by Javillanar. And here's the forward pass. Dennis Villamor needing a teammate. Up top they go. Kurt Calagio. Jeff Javillanar going left. Javillanar. Ooh. There's a recovery. Dennis Villamor, driving kick. Calagio, just like his dad. No bounce. Rebound, Migs Castellano.
Oh, he got a good line too. Just couldn't make it. Now you got to go back on defense here.
31-28. 4 minutes remaining before halftime. Castellano spins. No conversion. And here's the counter. Calagio, he's feeling it. Down the middle. Calagio will score.
For the guy to be able to take it to the gut of the defense on transition and finish with the right. Really good basketball we're seeing here from these kids.
Almost another steal for Kurt. Codiniera will fire. That's short. And now Pangasinan is on the run. Javillanar couldn't catch the ball perfectly. Jeff now will fire. And he doesn't get the bounce.
I'm sure they're gonna wanna take that back. You said na yun. Sayang yun. They had numbers and they had advantages.
Landayan, beautiful move. Ooh. What an escape by Jome Landayan.
But did we just see a little in and out before that finish?
Wow. It all happened so fast.
Yeah.
Esid Gabo. Dennis Villamor. This is a big lineup for Pangasinan. Villamor is playing the three. Gabriel for three. Yes, sir.
And why not? I mean, he's got that range too from the outside.
7 points for Tito. John Gabriel.
And the thing is, nakikita mo dito sa mga bigs ng MPBL na pinag-aaralan na rin talaga yung tira sa labas.
Yes,
no?
of course.
Marlon Basco, just saw John Gabriel, even Mark Ataba has done that too.
All right, so we did see some contact in the previous sequence, but now we get to see this lucky fan of the game brought to you by Buenas, the homegrown, making them roar inside the Calasiao Sports Complex.
Ganda rin ng sinil screen doon ni Javillanar on that drive by Calagio.
When does a sealed screen become illegal?
That's a good question.
Do you want a week to think about it?
That's a good question.
Coach Louis Gonzalez, if you're watching right now,
you
feel
could.
free to message.
You're our lifeline. Because I've rarely seen a foul called on a seal screen.
Well, the basic concept of a screen is you're not supposed to be moving, right?
Right.
So maybe that can be applied on that.
Could be.
Upon review, blocking foul on number 25, John Gabriel is first.
It's a blocking foul on John Gabriel. Michael Mabulak has now returned. It's been a while since we've seen him in Shaq Taganas, and that is a testament to the bench of Pangasinan.
That's right. And credit to, again, going back to those homegrowns that came in and changed the complexion of this game.
Let's see the foul by John John. Yeah, Caseros was cutting at ayun, bumunggo siya.
Oh, yeah.
RR was actually very unhappy about it. He had to be restrained by his teammate. But now we shall continue. Vitog is in for Marikina. Baseline inbound. Codinera, risky pass. Manu will attack. There's the kick. Eric Pili. Nice move. Conversion.
That was risky, but the attempt to even steal caused that disadvantage for the Heat Waves.
It's now 36-32. Calagio up top to Jeff Avillanar. They swing to the left. Dennis Villamor against Vitug. It's Avillanar who definitely has that range. He attacks and feeds. Mabula couldn't finish.
Makeable baskets being missed here point blank. At some point, you got to make those shots.
Balik tayo sa Marikina. Pasa sa loob. There's a kick out. Codinera for three. Short. Takbo sa kabila. Michael Mabula. Bigay. Inside. Couple of passes. Mabula recovers. Up top they go. Avillanar to the left. Screen. Calagio.
Ooh.
Yeah, he lost space.
Naubusan. And that ball hit his foot before it went out.
There's a substitution to be made. Papasok si Mark Igliane. Ganun din para kay Ian Melencio. 36-32, a minute and 33 before halftime.
Looking to close the half strong here for both teams.
Turnover story 10-9 in favor of Marikina.
But a lot of those turnovers really came in that small run early in the first quarter for Pangasinan.
Igliane still has it.
Yeah.
10 on the shot clock. He decides to fire, and that's short. Air ball.
And didn't even hand it off to anyone. Didn't put the ball on the floor. Meron pa naman siyang dribble, no?
I wonder what that was for. Well, Miranda is back.
Yeah.
So he could have been the one who got the cheers
Could
from
be.
the crowd. Avillanar, handoff. Ian Melencio looking for an opening. Nice play. Miranda for three. Short. Airball na naman.
Oh. Another makeable shot then. That was a good setup of an elevator.
Under 1 minute to go. Jome Landayan going left. Landayan against Ian Melencio. Popping out is Eric Pili. Pili still looking for an opening. 5 on the shot clock. Eric. Oh, that wasn't the best of executions.
Yeah.
And here's the counter. Melencio, Mabulak. That's a mismatch. Double team. Kick out. Good look. Chaps Bautista. No good. Rebound. Great effort by Melencio, but that was off of him.
Yeah, a lot of hustle plays here for the guards. Either if you're Pangasinan or Marikina, the guards are really going at it.
We have a timeout for Marikina. The score is 36-32. Babalik po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. Nandito po tayo ngayon sa Calasiao Sports Complex, ang puto capital ng Pilipinas, dito sa Pangasinan. Maraming salamat sa inyong panonood. Mix Gomez po, inyong lingkod, kasama si Coach Mike Perez at si Gianna Llanes. Ang ating talaan, 36-32 in favor of Pangasinan, our home squad. 13 seconds remaining before halftime. Azar Ujan. Up top, Joe Gomez de Liano. Short. He's been struggling with his shot.
Well, actually, a couple of shots from the outside also struggles for Marikina. The last 3-4 possessions have not been really good for Marikina. And so it's been as well for the Heat Waves.
Combined three-point shooting, by the way, is at 5 out of 26 in this game, less than 20%. Miranda will inbound. Vitog is trying to play good pressure defense against Hesed Gabo. Here's Ian Melencio. Watch out for Brian Celeste. Here he comes. Oh, they're losing time, and that's it for the first half. That's not going to count for Ian Melencio. A good try, but they just lost time.
Well, they were trying to set up Celeste right there for a quarter to end the half. Imagine if that shot went in right here. Didn't have enough gather space, so he had to let it go. But Ian, ball definitely was still in his hands before that shot clock.
Okay, so the three-pointer won't count. It still is 36-32 at halftime. But off of that 8-0 start by Marikina, it's been a good comeback for Pangasinan. The Heat Waves looking to win on their home floor for the first time in Mpbl franchise history. Again, this is our last game for this week. Halftime score 36-32. Halftime score brought to you by GameX, the official online ending partner of the Mpbl, the first and original online basketball ending sa Pinas. Now we lead in our top 10 plays of the week.
Appreciate the offense. That's where Mactali will come in.
These last 2 minutes are brought to you by GameX. Oh, what a feed. Lawrence Victoria to Don Reverente.
Nawala yung depensa ni Tolentino or ni Comboy right there. And a good dive by Don Reverente.
That's 6 points for Don Reverente. But how about Lawrence Victoria? 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists.
Katakutan recovered by Gutadera. Getting sloppy here. And chase down by Katakutan. Tingnan natin dito yung chase down galing kay Oring Katakutan and Ed Dakiwa.
Look at his speed. Mark Nonoy onto 5th gear just like that.
That's the problem. If you allow him to take that ball with that much momentum, you got to be faster than him to stay in front. Otherwise, you'll always be on the side. You'll be late.
De La Cruz in trouble. Taken away by Gabo. It's off to the races. Hesed Gabo will finish.
Oh, wow. Hesed Gabo on a foot race against the taller Dennis Santos. But look at Hesed right here. Foot race against the lengthier big man. Didn't panic at all. Stayed glued to that rim. And that finish too.
Using the keyboard as cushion.
Yeah.
Grabe yung
because Tito is a guy that talks a lot about family. Oh, wow.
Ablaza inches closer, and then the adjustment in midair. 16 points in the game for Sid Ablaza.
And he leads all scorers, Javi, with that 16.
He's looking to shoot. Sazon, no good. Minus with the rebound. Nice move. What a move. Minus with a finger roll. Ganda naman nun, Coach Christian.
Yeah, he just caught Mitchell flat-footed after that in-and-out move going to his right. Binit-bit pa, pinakita ang bola, tinapos sa ring.
Nice feed. Victoria, too strong. Rebound JLC. Chavez going left. Nice move.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful for JR.
Oh, it's just a burst of energy right there. That's what you love about JR Chavez. You talked about the depth of the guard rotation of Abra. We totally forgot about JR. Mpbl, that craftiness, being able to sprint the other end, understanding that, you know, you got to beat these defenders and get to the cup.
Santos. Oh, what a move. Adjusts in midair. Dennis Santos, his play of the game brought to you by Buenas. Iwas sa depensa. The fans loving it. Ito sagot ng Valenzuela dito. Arminion gets free. Santos, three-pointer. Yes! another assist. That's assist number 11.
No need to foul here for the Warriors.
Right, defend without fouling.
Active hands by Lorde. Razon gives it up. Manalang with 6 on the 24. Philip looks up, goes out. Razon has to take this. Razon from way downtown.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow.
Chelo Razon has bailed them out so many times in this game with those difficult shots. Oh my goodness, Chelo Razon, what a way to close out this game for Parañaque.
We are at halftime for Marikina versus Pangasinan, and the score reads 36-32. Pangasinan with the advantage after starting slow in this game. Coach Mike, our numbers.
Yeah, really good recovery right there by Pangasinan at the middle of the first quarter, where they had all those homegrowns turning the complexion of the game, at least in their favor momentarily. And 37%, 31% shooting. Marikina with better shooting percentage. But you look at the rebounds, yan talaga nagiging, I guess, calling card ng most of the teams of Coach Gerson. It's rebounds. And look at the second chance points. Very huge disparity there. 11-0. Ginamit nila yan during that run. And the bench points because of the different players. Belencio, John Gabriel for Pangasinan really brought that 13-point advantage from a bench stat line.
It's good to see the veterans and the youngsters all performing for Coach Gerson Cabildes. On the other end, Eloy Tan was such a stabilizer for Marikina.
Right, and he's really been the guy who started it real strong and set up that trend para sa Marikina. Joe was actually good also with those bombs from the outside.
Okay, now we have our leading scorers. Eloy Tan has 8, John Melandayan has 4. Let's see if they can crank it up in terms of their defense, most especially here in the second half. They tried to put pressure on against Pangasinan, but it seemed like the Heat Waves were able to play better defense.
Right.
To your point, John Gabriel coming off the bench leads the way with 7 points. Hesed Gabo had 6 early points in this game, so they did not necessarily need his scoring to close out the first half. There's John Gabriel with a fierce stare onto the camera, one of our ultimate veterans in the MPBL.
Yeah, but Hesed Gabo could have gotten more. Kaya lang matibay rin kasi yung depensa ang binibigay sa kanya ni Eloy Tan. Could extricate and create separation for him to make shots.
You got to give shout-outs as well to J.R. Kaasi, Mark Meneses, and Kurt Calagio, the homegrown, stepping up for Coach Gerson Cabildes, all coming off the bench. We now begin the second half. This is Mix Gomez at your service alongside Coach Mike Perez and Gian Llanes. A miss for Pangasinan. Put back, Mabulak. That's good.
Well, finally, that's a signature Mike Mabulak that we want to see here. Get into a rhythm, get an offensive board, get a putback, and do that again.
Mabulak now has a total of 2 points. Make that 6 points in this game. He just got the board. So that was rebound number 8 for Michael Mabulak. 38-32. Hesed Gabo using the screen. Gabo will pull up. Too strong. Rebound Castellano. Here's Sidney Mosqueda down the middle. The leaner. No bounce. Rebound Vince Tolentino.
Well, surprisingly, see Mike Mabulak playing only 8 minutes in that first half. You'd like to think he'd be roughly about at the 12-minute exposure.
Well, we did talk about the emergence of the guys at the bench. That allowed him to rest even more.
That's right.
Ian Melencio misfires. Rebound Eric Pili.
Yun, yung mga tira na yung kanina ni Hesed Gabo, very makeable yun. But, he's wary now the defense put up against him.
Marikina down by 6. Migs Castellano, cross court. Igliani thought about it. Kick out. Mosqueda, 7 seconds. Sidney drives. Sidney leans in. That's short.
Now you gotta look to run if you're Pangasinan here.
Hesed Gabo escaping. Not much space there, but it was well enough for him to score.
And half of that point should go to Mabulak. He really sealed out that defender, stayed with it, and just allowed that entire lane for Hesed Gabo to claim.
The lead is back up to 8. This actually matches the biggest lead of Marikina in the first half as R.R. Casajero scores.
Yeah, ganda nung cut na yun ni R.R. Casajero's tight curl of a stagger. Beautifully executed.
Look at that defense against Hesed Gabo. Eric Pili just bodying him up. Ian Melencio. Nice pass. Tolentino turns around. Basket and one.
And I guess this could be the reason why Coach Gerson actually put together on the floor at the same time. And we've seen this for the very first time. Hesed Gabo and Ian Melencio. I mean, to take off the pressure from Hesed.
This play of the game is brought to you by Buenas. Ian Melencio, the secondary playmaker. Some would even consider him as a main option here in the MPBL. But this was actually the formula used by Coach Gerson Cabildes in their end game versus Abra. Melencio barely rested in the second half. Now they're back at home. Let's see if they can get some retribution. Biggest lead now at 9. That's a steal, just not completed by Vince.
Well, good read right there by Vince, understanding that diagonal pass on the other side, and had enough foot speed to try and deflect it.
Pangasinan ready to pressure again. Dakiwag trying to counter Eric Pili. There's a foul. But
8-second
sorry,
violation.
yeah, my mistake. It's an 8-second violation. So that's great physicality implemented by Dakiwag and company.
Yeah, and I guess if this goes down to a physical game, I say this is going to be advantage to Pangasinan because, you know, sanay na sanay sa mga ganyang laro yung mga bata ni Coach Gerson eh.
Bata sa kanya, pero veterano sa MPBL.
Correct.
Gabo, risky pass. It's a turnover. Arcasajeros, cross court. Pili to the corner. This is a big one. Jomel Landayan. That dropped out. Quite unfortunate, and there was a loose ball foul.
Yeah, that could have been big. Tama ka dun. Libre-libre sa corner, you know. Halfway in, lumabas pa.
Foul was called on Vince Tolentino as Eloy Tan returns for Marikina. Gianna Llanes will also be returning for us. G, go ahead.
Coach Rysel really had to give the Marikina Shoemasters a pep talk during halftime, telling them na hindi porque puro ex-pro ang kalaban nila ngayon ay susuko na sila. In his words, dito sa MPBL, pantay-pantay tayong lahat. And his players responded well to that. Actually, the boys reminded one another na madali lang habulin ang lamang ng kalaban nila. And literally, that is exactly what they will do this half. Gagawan daw nilang takbuhan ang second half na ito. But also keeping in mind that it's all about timing. Kaya quality dribbles, quality shots, at quality rebounds ang makakapanalo sa kanila ngayon. Back to you guys.
Well, in terms of fast break scoring, Pangasinan outscored Marikina 13-8 in the first half. That was a good reminder from Coach Rysel. It was practically their identity last year. They were Davids going up against the Goliaths of the MPBL.
That is right. And clearly, when you hear that report by Gianna, carrot or stick, really more carrot ang approach ni Coach Rysel. You know? If you do this, this is the reward that you get. And so the boys have been responding here for his team.
And just so everybody knows, the 0-4 record of Marikina doesn't do justice to their performance this season. They actually have lost some tight games against strong teams as Mix Castellano scores inside.
Yeah, and they went up against really huge teams, against San Juan, Pampanga, Abra, and the Negros. And those teams have really good win records.
Ooh, there's an unspoke. Mix Castellano having a word with Michael Mabulak. You got to see what happened there. Vince Tolentino is on the floor.
Once again, we are requesting all players to stay in the shaded area in front of your respective benches. Both teams are advised to observe.
Look at Eloy Tan trying to calm down his veteran in Mix Castellano, who's been around the MPBL, by the way. We've seen him wear multiple jerseys. The one that stands out the most to me was a stint with Parañaque.
Yeah, I think I heard you guys talking about it some days back. But tama yung ginagawang approach ni Eloy. You gotta calm them down, understand that you're still very much in this. Sure, you trail, but you got them on their heels.
It's a 7-point game, a long way to go. 16 and a half minutes of basketball, and maybe even more. Let the referees decide.
Again, pag ang mga ganitong pagkakataon, yung swing ng momentum yung inaabangan mo. No?
Right.
Favorable ba ito sa Marikina or magpapatuloy sa side ng Heat Waves?
Well, just like in the first quarter, we did witness a big swing in momentum. Simula ng maganda ang Marikina, 8-0. Tapos binaliktad ng Pangasinan. There's Vince Tolentino. Good to see that he's okay, or else somebody at the sideline will be very worried. By the way, just a reminder to everybody, next week we will begin in the San Andres Sports Complex this coming Monday. After that, we proceed to Parañaque. And then Batangas po tayo on Wednesday. There's Coach Gerson Cabiltes. A lot of people, of course, raise the standard to him, his own standard, which is championship in the MPBL. But realistically speaking, it's good that he set the expectation in a managed manner. What do I mean by that? simula pa lang ng season, sinabi niya sa atin na ang goal nila, hindi championship agad. Playoffs muna. Let's take it step by step. Let's be realistic. After all, his crew went into this Pangasinan lineup late. The coaching staff and some players. So, bigyan muna natin sila ng oras. Ikaw nga, kanina binigyan mo ako ng standard for another team that you're giving them 3 to 4 months to adjust.
At saka ano naman, at least maganda doon is that realistic yung goal. You don't wanna shoot for the stars realizing you can't. So maganda yon, at least realistic para sa mga players ng Pangasinan Heatwaves na naintindihan nila kung nasaan sila ngayon at kung ano yung gusto nilang patunguhan. And if ever na makarating tayo doon, well, we'll play it from there. Tingnan natin how far else we can go.
That's point number 1. Point number 2 about being champions in Season 4 is the fact that Hesed Gabo claims that his Mpbl foes continue to play tougher defense against him and his co-champions. Which is, you know, if you think about it, makes sense because we always say that defending champions have targets on their backs. But apparently, it's not just the defending champions. It applies to our champions from even way before.
So,
upon review, disqualifying foul on number 10, Mix Castellano. Mix Castellano out of the playing court.
He was playing real good. He was tough inside.
Yeah, he's been a stabilizer in the interior for them. The rest of the bigs were in foul trouble in the first half. So Castellano will be out. And most likely, 99 times out of 100, you will be suspended in your next game. Actually, there's also a chance that he will be suspended for multiple games, depending on the gravity of your unsportsmanlike foul. Or disqualifying foul at that.
At saka malaking factor siya dito sa game na to. I mean, katulad nga sinabi mo kanina, stabilizer siya, kahit bungguan sa loob, kayang nalalabanan nila. Now it's up for the other guys to be doing that. You're leaving that to Marlon. You're leaving that to Demigaya.
Right.
You know?
It's going to be tough. We haven't also seen Azar Ojan. For a while now.
Yeah. He saw action parang kaninang early second, I guess.
He was also in foul trouble.
Including Demigaya. I think Demigaya's got 3.
That's right. It was Demigaya. Also, Eloy Tan had 3. Tolentino now at the stripe. Second gimme for the former Ateneo Blue Eagle. No good.
This is a leaner 5 here para sa Marikina if you take out Castellano.
Well, if you replace him with Victor Wembanyama, then that definitely makes them leaner. We're talking about Demigaya, by the way. Ian Melencio on to Ed Dakiwag. Screen by Vince. Dakiwag going to Mabulak. 4 seconds. Somebody has to make something out of nothing. And there's a foul by Marikina.
Well, just the veteran guy in Mike Mabula right there. Didn't have anything. He just went for that attempt in the hope that he gets a whistle.
That's a lot like what Ivan Duvise did versus J.R. Chavez
kanina,
earlier today.
Tama. Pero mabigat dito, pang-apat na ni Eloy Tan.
And he's been that leader for them, as we've been talking about. Eloy Tan, will he be subbed out? Or Arcasajeros is getting ready to check in alongside Manu Codinera. Here's Michael Mabulak nearing a double-double. 2 conversions.
And so yung dalawang development na yun, medyo mabigat para dito sa Marikina. You lose a big guy and you lose a guard that's been playing really good defense.
46-36, Casajeros. There's the cutter, Landayan. One more feed. Demigaya misses. Offensive rebound. He turns around and scores.
Ang basketball ay 10 feet game pa rin. Lamang pa rin na matangkat talaga, no?
Oh, there you go. The length of Demigaya again paying off. Steal. He ran the course of the floor, but he missed that gimme. Recovery, Landayan, another sorry miss. Codinera, back to Jomel. Same angle. Oh, he decided to pass. Codinera, no foul, 2 points.
How real good the Marikina team has responded here.
On the other end, Dakiwag will slow things down. Ed gets it back against Joe GDL. Tolentino to Hesed Gabo. Nice roll. Vince Tolentino will score.
Yan ang isang magandang halimbawa ng 2 guarding 1. You get 2 players to guard 1. You're leaving the other guy open, and that already is an advantage para sa offensive team.
And you can't expect Vince Tolentino to not exploit something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Coming off of the program of Coach Tab Baldwin, minimum dun, mataas ang IQ mo.
Correct.
Now there's a foul. Casajeros went down alongside Hesed Gabo. There's a charge against Armand Demigaya, but Casajeros looked to have hurt his right knee.
Yeah, habang bumabagsak siya, napaikot yung isang leg ni Hesed. Tumama kay Casajeros. And that's problems here. Because how many fouls that's... Is that Demigaya?
Yes, it was Demigaya. That's his fourth.
Right. Pang-apat na yan.
I wonder if Marikina will play even smaller. Demigaya will stay on the floor. Casajeros will check out. Mel Mabigat has returned.
Lalim ng bench ngayon, nagiging factor na dito sa larong ito.
Halfway done in the third. Ian Melencio against Joe Gomez de Leaño. There's the aid by Tolentino. Vince saw an opening, did not exploit it. Hesed Gabo. Mabulak against Demigaya. 7 on the shot clock. Ed Dakiwag turn around as expected. No bounce. Great putback.
Wow.
Vince Tolentino flying high.
Did you see that? Vince Tolentino, man, floating up there and putting that putback. 2 plays already for Vince.
Well, he is a Blue Eagle after all.
That's right.
50-40. Here's Joe Gomez de Leaño backing down. Double team. Tough pass. Codinera. One more. Demigaya is fouled. That could have been a good swipe from Vince to no avail.
Pero kita mo yung rotation ng mga bigs, ano? Fake. Punta si Tolentino. Second fake. Mike Mabulak naman. But how about this one here?
Ooh, I wish that he had a couple more inches on his vertical. That could have been a good putback slam.
That's right.
Demigaya misses on his first gimme. I wonder if Vince Tolentino will continue playing this well, because it would be nice for him to be interviewed by a courtside reporter today. As this free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. 50-41. Ian Melencio. 4 minutes and change before the end of the third. Mabulak up top, working with Ian. There's a kick out. The Samurai attacks. Bautista, turnover, foot race. And the easiest 2 points of the night for Jomel Landayan.
Yeah, nobody's gonna get to Jomel that quick. Ang layo ng lamang eh. Ang layo ng partida, hindi abot.
And he's also the fastest.
Yeah, isa pa yun.
Landayan putting on the Jets against Ian Melencio. Michael Mabulak.
Yeah, nang one-on-one na inaantay
Yeah, he's gonna back down.
Right.
Demigaya in trouble.
Yeah.
Mabulak exploits him.
Sabi ni Demigaya, problema to. Nag-iisa ako dito.
52-43. That's one of the things that you would have to learn here in the Mpbl.
At saka 4 na foul niya. He can do anything.
That's right. Landayan, Codinera, the pull-up, that's short. Mabulak, by the way, in terms of rebounding, has been very impressive. He's in double figures in that category.
Yeah, he's got 10.
Melencio, double cross. Ian Melencio!
Wow! How much more of that could we see today? We've seen 3 of them do that, and Ian just went a little bit deeper.
I'm waiting for the replay. That's a good swipe.
Yeah.
Pangasinan on the run. Michael Mabulak. Nice feed. Tolentino for 2. 10 points now for Vince.
And this place is rocking right now. The heat waves really putting on the heat. Pinainit ang lugar na to.
Oh, it's already hot.
Right.
Why not make it hotter if you're Pangasinan? Up by 13. This should be their biggest lead in the game. But first, let's take a look at the replay. Michael Mabulak playing point guard. Nice feed, rewarding that guy who has been working so hard in this frame. Vince Tolentino with 2 more points. We'll take a short break. Pangasinan up by 13. Back inside the Calasiao Sports Complex, we're in. The Pangasinense are happy with the performance of Ian Melencio and company. Look at this beautiful move from left to right. That's a reverse layup for the hero of Cavite. Now he's a hero in Pangasinan. This lucky fan of the game is brought to you by Buenas. 56-43. 2 minutes and 30 remaining in the third. Joe Gomez de Leaño. There's the feed. Mabigat. No conversion. Good contest. And that's 2 free throws for Mel.
And I guess for the rest of the way, that's how the night is gonna be para dito sa Marikina. And Coach Gerson Cabiltes, you do understand that once he sees that the opponent's down, he's gonna keep on pouncing on it until, you know, they take full control. And right now, they really have been dominant in this game.
Free throw shooting, 4 out of 7 now for Marikina. And again, we have the distraction being provided by a fan. And it seems like Michael Mabulak tried to indulge him even more. Free throw converted. 12-point game. JR Kaasi is back.
Ang mas importante dito, Migs, is you see that swag now on Mike Mabulak underneath.
He's matched up against Marlon Basco as of this moment. 11 on the shot clock. Melencio dancing. Ian needs a teammate. They go to their homegrown. There's the feed. Kaasi, no good. Great effort by both JR Kaasi and Meneses. But now it's Marikina with possession.
Yeah, good thing they were able to control that defensive board right there.
Under 2 minutes before the end of the third. Joe Gomez de Leaño. The pull-up, no good. Rebound, Mark Meneses and Mark Mabulak.
Ibang klaseng lundag rin talaga.
That's 11 boards now for the Kimono Dragon. Apparently that's his nickname here in the Mpbl, Michael Mabulak. JR Kaasi, 10 on the shot clock. Japs Bautista, inside they go. Nice seal. Mabulak fades. No basket. Kaasi again.
Look at that.
Great effort. Meneses, 2 free throws.
And a hometown crowd really loving their action from their homegrown players right now.
And now the leading scorer of Pangasinan in the first half, John Gabriel, checks in for the first time in the third quarter. Same goes for Kurt Calagio.
At napakaganda ng mga pahingang nakuha ni John Gabriel. Maganda pa niyan, pagbalik niya, wala na sila Castellano, di ba?
Right. Now Ajar Ujan will try to be the problem for John.
Correct.
Here's Mark Meneses. After missing his first gimme. Second try is good. 2 points for the homegrown.
Yung mga homegrown talaga ng Pangasinan don't command the ball. They play within the system, no? That's real good.
Almost a steal. Landayan working with Ajar. Ujan with the extension.
Grabe yung extend ng layup na yun. Taas ng lipad.
Well, he is pretty lengthy, that wingspan.
That's right.
Yeah, it's really long.
Taas pa ng lundag, no?
Bautista, tough layup. No basket. Marlon Basco ahead to Joe GDL. There's a trailer. Joe, stop and pop. Too strong. He has struggled with his shooting. Now there's a foul called on Ujan. And fouls have been a problem for him. Third foul.
Yeah, that's one factor of the game na talagang madalas foul trouble, eh, no? Si Ujan. And I guess it comes with the territory. Malabas nasa ilalim siya yung defender, kailangan pahirapan yung scorer. Ganun talaga. Talagang mapafoul trouble ka.
He's trying so hard to be that double-double two-way machine for Marikina. That was the expectation once Jason Opiso departed last year. Paano pa kaya ngayon? Wala na sina Marvin Junicio, among others. Kurt Calagio missed his first gimme. Free throw shooting hasn't been too light for them in this game.
Oh, yeah, agree.
Yeah, they have double-digit misses from the line.
Correct.
Landayan. Tough shot. Good defense by JR Kaasi.
Well-timed block para dito kay JR Kaasi. And to your point, 19 of 34. But man, those free throws attempts for Pangasinan.
And they're down by 11. That's 15 free throw misses. Oh, sorry, they're up by 11.
Up by 11.
With 15 free throw misses. This could have been a blowout already. Joe GDL unhappy with a no call. Ooh. Marikina bench so animated in that previous sequence. There's a foul on Kurt Calagio.
And they almost had a... And they're going to get a free throw? Yeah, they're going to get a free throw.
Adzar Ujan doing the honors. First one for him. No good. He's scoreless so far.
Yeah. And yung kinukwento mo kanina, Migs, about Opiso leaving and him to being expected to be next Opiso, medyo mabigat yun.
Oh.
No?
By the way, Opiso was literally a double-double machine.
Correct.
Those were his numbers
Correct.
when he left Marikina. And now he's with Quezon. 4-second differential. Calagio going right. Kurt Calagio. There's the feed. Meneses for three. Short. Rebound Ujan. 11 seconds. Outlet pass. There's the chase. But the pass is too long. Too forward for Jomel Landayan.
I'm guessing itong si Kaasi really has that three-point shot because they've been setting him up. I think throughout the game, we've seen twice already or thrice that he's been set up in that corner.
Is it Kasi or Meneses?
Sorry, Meneses.
Meneses will now take a breather. Mayor Brian Celeste has returned. Same goes for Miranda, another homegrown. 8 seconds. Hesed Gabo. 4 seconds. Hesed will drive. They will go to the corner, and that's a three-pointer. Celeste almost made it. That could have brought the house down. You know that they were going to go to him. He's their absolute first option in that type of sequence with the clock winding down.
Yeah, everybody could have sat down and waited for him to do his stuff in the corner.
But in this third frame, this guy soared high.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And he's really been that guy that provided that needed punch inside for them. And Mike Mabulak just joined the party and led away in this quarter para dito sa Pangasinan Heat Waves.
They do have a 10-point advantage after winning the third quarter by 6 points. Ian Melencio zigzagging against the defense of Marikina. The end of the third quarter score is brought to you by GameX, the official online ending partner of the Mpbl, the first and original online basketball ending sa Pinas. Presenting our Suzuki, muscular and sporty fans of the game. Just like the Avenus, do more and achieve more with a muscular and sporty scooter from Suzuki. The Avenus, oras na para magmotor. The score reads 57-47 in favor of Pangasinan against Marikina. This is Pix Gomez at your service alongside Coach Mike Perez and Gianna Llanes. Pangasinan looking for history as they try to get their first home win.
Yeah, look at the quarter scoring right there. 23 and 21 in the first and the third quarter. And that third quarter run really helped a lot establish, especially losing key players on the side of Marikina. That second was really a low-scoring game. A lot of that had to do with the defensive stops that both these teams have forced on each other. But really, it's just the recovery. And, they took advantage of the situation itong Pangasinan once Castellano and Eloy Tan got into foul trouble.
By the way, Castellano was actually disqualified.
Disqualified.
He was ejected in this game. Demigaya, Tan, and Ujan are all in foul trouble. Hesed Gabo is now in double figures.
Right, and kaya nag-take advantage na sila Mike Mabulak and, those roles by Vince Tolentino.
Here's Marlon Basco. On to Eloy Tan, who's playing with 4 fouls. Eloy, the pull-up, short, rebound Kaasi.
Well, that's one thing that Eloy's got to do right now. He got to score in real quick.
Nice seal. And, Iglian is going to have a tough time.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if he's defending John Gabriel.
Veterano sa poste yan. Paano mapantayan yan, no?
Azar Ujan replaces him. 59-47. Baseline inbound. Gabo got held for a while. Josh Bautista off of the elevator. 3-pointer.
Kanina pa nila inaantay pumutok yung tira na yan. Galing kay Jabs, another homegrown from Pangasinan. And the fans cheering him on.
And again, in the system, in the rotation of Coach Gerson Cabiltes, Jabs Bautista was the Byron Villarias before Byron Villarias. This was their duo in Basila and Hesed Gabo, always looking for their shooter in Jabs.
And rightfully so. I mean, great shooter at that and can actually put the ball on the floor and finish as well.
Nice fake. Casajeros escapes. He couldn't score. Rebound Bautista.
Ngayon, ang Marikina kailangan maging very efficient na sila as they cannot afford to miss shots and at least get offensive rebounds to get another attempt.
Well, shooting is at 30% for Marikina and 37% for Coach Gerson Cabiltes and company. $15-point advantage. Joe GDL will score. It's been a while.
Yep. Medyo matagal-tagal na rin since the last time na nakascore siya, and he's gotta join hands now with Eloy Tan to try and trim down on this lead. They're down 13 with a lot of the quarter remaining.
There's a steal and a breakaway layup for Eloy Tan.
But if you're Pangasinan, hindi ka naman pwede magpahinga, no?
Right.
You don't want this to be another close game.
62-51. The biggest lead was 15 just a while ago, and that's another charge.
Wow.
Called on John Gabriel.
Down on number 25, John Gabriel is third.
Mike Mabulak now called upon by Coach Gerson Cabiltes. On the other end, it's Eric Pili checking in for Coach Raisel Castro.
Pag ganun talaga, kailangan hayaan mo na lang yung defender either tumama sa'yo voluntarily, but you don't get in their path because that's immediately going to be a foul called on you on the screen.
Back with Joe Gomez de Liano. Here's Marlon Basco. Pinapalabas si Eric Pili. Now it's Joe. 12 on the shot clock. Joe GDL. Kick out. Azar Ujan. 7 seconds. Azar in trouble. There's the spin and the block by Meneses. Recovery for Marikina. Marlon Basco will score.
Marlon Basco really stayed with it. But how about yung depensa na yun? Itong Heat Waves just impressing everyone.
All right. The lead has been trimmed down to 9 points. Let's see if Marikina can keep on going. There's Mayor Kevin Roy Macanlalay enjoying the action at the sideline. Looking so casual, by the way, with a couple of youngsters inside the Calasiao Sports Complex. We are in Pangasinan, the Puto capital of the Philippines. Biggs Gomez po ang inyong lingkod, kasama si Coach Mike Perez at si Gianna Llanes. There you see our beloved crowd looking for their first home victory in Pangasinan franchise history. Hesed Gabo. Back to Meneses. It's Hesed. The lead is 9. Biggest at 15. Japs Bautista. 10 on the shot clock. Pili trying to defend Michael Mabulak. He backs down. Mabulak double team. Nice pass. Kaasi almost finished it. It's 2 free throws for him.
Yeah, and si Mike talagang sinubukan niyang postehan ng postehan, no? But nakaabang rin si Marlon Basco sa gitna in case he spins middle. But a really good read on that cut under by Kaasi.
First free throw is good for JR Kaasi.
And one thing's for sure, itong dalawang nagpakita sa atin kanina, 1-2 punch ng University of Luzon, namely Kaasi and Mark Miranda.
Mark Meneses.
Mark Meneses, really very athletic, ano?
Oh yeah. Kaasi, by the way, has 9 rebounds to go alongside his points which have come mostly from the line. Although free throw shooting hasn't been too friendly for them.
Saka marami-rami na rin tinanggap na bunggo niya pero hindi nagko-complain.
RR Casajeros on to Marlon Basco. His three-pointer. Too strong. Rebound for Japs Bautista.
Gotta get a stop here, Eloy.
Hesed Gabo trying to dance with him. 3 minutes gone by in the last quarter. Gabo dashing through. Hesed feeds. Kaasi fakes. 2 points. That's 8 points now and 9 rebounds for JR Kaasi.
And dyan mo mararamdaman yung difference ng walang big man sa ilalim.
66-53. Hesed Gabo. Again, trying to attack. They go back up. Gabo saw an opening. There's the contest, a bit late. No conversion. RR Casajeros running, bumping, missing, and 2 free throws. Let's see the replay. There's the feed and the find. Oh, sorry. The finish, as I should say, for JR Kaasi. Casajeros converting from the line. 66-54. Under 6.5 minutes remaining in the 4th and final frame. Free throw converted. Back with Ian Milencio. Against RR Casajeros. 6 minutes and 10. Duck Kiwag for 3. That drops.
Ang daming nag-open up na mga avenues simula nung nawala yung mga bigs nitong Marikina. And offensively, they've really been trying to find a way to produce points. Speaking of Marikina, you can't get a stop sa kabila. Diba? Yung mga malalaki mo di ba? And so kabila, at least pumuntos ka man lang. And that's been a struggle as well for Marikina.
The lead is back up to 14. Miranda is ready to check back in. Here's Ian Milencio. Same setup. Milencio escapes. Ian Milencio all the way.
Sinayawan ng husto yung galaw na yun. Grabe. And Ian really just moving side to side, left and right, waited for that defense to be late. Look at that. Little dance, try to go middle, go lane side, show the ball, and go for that layup. What a move by Ian Milencio.
This is now the newest, biggest lead in this game, courtesy of Pangasinan, 71-55.
ito nga ang first season ni Ed Dakiwag dito sa MPBL. Coming from the pros at sabi niya, sa physicality talaga siya nag-a-adjust. It's teammate and co-captain Jeff Javillonar that's been guiding him daw, also reminding him to be patient with the officiating. Hindi lang yun, ito rin ang first time ni Ed na nakatrabaho niya si Coach Gerson, who always tells him daw mag-double time sa ensayo para maibalik ang signature way of play niya. Mahalaga daw kay Ed not to just play physically but to play smart as well. This perspective stemming from Ed's other passion. Before becoming a basketball player, he actually had hopes of becoming an engineer. Back to you guys.
Oh, I love that. We do have an engineer with us in Mike Perez. So, talaga? Dakiwag? Well, we'll take it as Kaasi misfires.
Siguro calculated yung mga tira niya, no? Yung arc of the shot, the angle it's taken,
Oh,
the
he
speed.
did just make a three-pointer.
Right.
Dakiwag, ganda rin na sinabi ni Gianna yung adjustments sa officiating as Basco makes a three-pointer. We do have that reputation that this could be the most physical league in the Philippines. Jome Landayan, 71-58, Marlon Basco. There's the cutter. Pasajeros is blocked. Good hands by Kaasi. And here's Ed Dakiwag. Using the screen of Mabulak. They swing to the left. 4.5 minutes to go. Ian Melencio. Screen by Kaasi. Ian dancing with it. Nice pass. Mabulak still taking his time. Good hands by Eloy Tan.
You gotta run it back now.
Ajar Ujan. They're down by 13. A lot of time.
Yeah.
Eloy, baseline. Tan escapes. Ooh, that's a sorry miss, but it's a foul against Mabulak.
Well, one thing I'm sure Coach Rizal will want to do now is bilisan ng konti ang execution nila. Kasi, you know, there are only 4 minutes and you're down right now 71-58. So, kailangan mas mabilis yung execution mo offensively at pigilan mo yung depensa sa kabila.
Now, Vince Solentino has returned, replacing J.R. Kaasi. That could be quite interesting. They're going to give Coach Mike Perez a headache here at the sideline. And if you have watched the MPBL long enough, then you should know what I'm trying to talk about. As Eloy Tan misses, again, there seems to be some distraction working from the side.
Feeling ko hindi lang yung distraction kundi yung tagal nung pinahinga rin ni Eloy kasi nag-foul trouble siya, di ba? It took a while before he came back.
Second free throw converted. Eric Pili returns. He replaces Eloy Tan. The lead is a dozen. 4 minutes and change. Vince Tolentino. Ian Melencio, defended by Jome Landayan. Melencio. He's working with Vince. Melencio rejected the screen. Dakiwag. Back to Ian. 7 seconds. Melencio. Tough layup. Oh my goodness. And that was using his offhand.
Grabe naman pagkakakalkula ng tira na yun. Oh my God. You know, Ian Melencio has been just giving us all this nifty stuff here.
It seems like all of his points are highlights in this game. He has 9. And he certainly has at least 4 highlights. Miranda for 3. There you go. Welcome home.
Yan ang kanila pa nila inaantay na mangyari. Makapunto sa 3 ang kanilang homegrown, and rightfully so. These guys have earned it.
76-59. Azar Ujan muscling his way through. He converts.
That's the right thing. You know, patuloy pa rin ang laban dahil may pagkakataon pa kayo dito. Not much time left, but you gotta put more defense pressure just like you did early in the first quarter.
Under 3 minutes remaining. Ian Melencio back at it. Dancing with Jome Landayan. Almost a turnover. 5 seconds. Melencio bounces. Mabulak. One more. Tolentino couldn't score. Rebound Marlon Basco. Landayan on the other end. Leaner. Wow. He was able to outsky the defenders of Pangasinan.
Yeah, that's a good offensive set there, and I'm sure Coach Rizal would love that. Mas mabilis na execution, nakadepensa ka sa kabila. Now you gotta do that again.
76-63, Pangasinan. able to use up the clock. Hesed Gabo is getting ready to return. Ed Dakiwag, 9 on the shot clock. Dakiwag, step back, three-pointer. Short, rebound Mabulak. And there's the putback. These last 2 minutes are brought to you by GameX, the official online ending partner of the MPBL. The first and original online basketball ending sa Pinas.
And ever since those big men have left the game for Marikina, you know, Pangasinan's very comfortable taking those shots from the outside because they know they have a better chance of getting offensive rebounds on their end.
You have a timeout. It's a 15-point advantage. Ian Melencio, razzle-dazzle. That is the theme of the night for him. Look at him dance all over the defense of Marikina.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter kung sino nagbabantay sa kanya. Guard, forward, big, small, inside, out. I mean, he's just been finding ways to creatively score.
Now, Ian Melencio will gladly take a breather. Balik dito si Mayor Brian Celeste. He's still looking for his first points in this game as a homegrown. Under the last 2 minutes, Landayan for 3. Off to the right, rebound Gabo. Watch out for Brian. Hesed Gabo. There you go. They're going to look for him. Celeste for 3. Too strong. There was a charge called on Hesed.
Offensive foul on number 7, Hesed Gabo. That's his third foul.
I wonder how many shots Brian Celeste will end up shooting by the end of this game.
But they're really intentionally setting him up, no? They want him to make a basket.
That's the beauty of the MPBL. Have your mayor score. Three-pointer for Eloy. No good. Rebound Mabulak. He threw the ball away. Hesed Gabo.
Eto na.
Up ahead. Mayor Brian Celeste for 2. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the beauty of the MPBL. Homegrowns playing with a lot of pride in their town. As now Jome Landayan just scored for Marikina.
And this is really just the boost of energy that Pangasinan homegrowns have been waiting for. Look at this one. Hesed unselfishly right there for Brian Celeste.
Everybody was just waiting for it. Now, he hasn't hit a three-pointer as of yet. I'm pretty sure that he's not yet done. Jome Landayan is at the stripe. He has 10 points with 3 boards and 2 dimes to his name. Then Solentino inbounds. That's Kurt Calagio, another homegrown. They're up by 14. Calagio. 1 minute to go. Calagio still has it. They're looking for Brian. Here comes Mayor Celeste. The turnaround. Back to Kurt. 5 seconds. Calagio in trouble. And that's a turnover. On the other end, Adzaru Jan is blocked. But that was a foul called on Vince Tolentino.
Foul number 5, Vince Tolentino.
Ano yung nilipad nun? I mean, really, he's got that leap and yung reach nga that you were mentioning earlier, no, Mix?
The wingspan.
Yeah.
JR Kaasi will now make his final appearance, replacing Vince Tolentino. So Coach Mike won't have a tough time anymore here at the sideline. Adzaru Jan converting from the stripe. 45 seconds. We've been in this position before. A home game with a hometown hero on the court. Whatever the score reads, we know that they're going to look for that guy. Hesed Gabo. The pressure continues. They go to Brian. Celeste. Still hounded. Celeste saw daylight. Three-pointer, no good. Offensive rebound. Kurt Galagio.
Gonna get one more.
Brian
Gonna get one more.
Celeste. No good. Rebound for Marikina. No more shot clock here. And a steal. That's out of bounds in favor of Pangasinan. Are we going to see one last shot, or will Coach Gerson ask his team to not shoot anymore?
Or will Coach Gerson call a time?
Oh, he's trying to set up Brian. He's telling him where to be. The mayor of Alaminos, Pangasinan, will be the target man here. Esed Gabo. 11 seconds. Gabo still has it. 5 seconds. Oh, that's it. And this will be the final score in this game. This is the first home win in Pangasinan's franchise history here in the MPBL. Congratulations to Coach Gerson Cabiltes and company. And we've been talking about it all game, Coach Mike. They utilized their homegrowns for this win.
Yes, and I think that's the important thing. Apart from the win, it's really the homegrowns being very significant, especially in that turnaround mid of the first quarter when things weren't going well. And until Kaasi and Meneses came in and provided role contributions for their team.
Okay, first of all, big shout out to Vince Tolentino. He played really well. But our best player of the game, brought to you by Buenas, is a homegrown himself, J.R. Kaasi.
Yeah, J.R. Kaasi really earned it. I loved how they played within the system, did their role, didn't complain, and really just making themselves contribute all throughout this game. And that's what really impressed me a lot.
Kaasi will finish with 9 rebounds. And is he in double figures? Seemed like, nope.
No, he got
8 points, but still decent numbers for him.
Really good field goal shooting too.
All right, this final score is brought to you by GameX, the official online ending partner of the MPBL, the first and original online basketball ending sa Pinas. Pangasinan wins by 12. Now let's go to Gianna Llanes.
Yes, J.R. Kaasi is our best player of the game with the Pangasinan Heat Waves. He had 8 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 blocks. J.R., nung una niyong laro dito sa Calasiao Sports Complex, you experienced a loss. Pero paano nag-improve yung team niyo para makuha itong panalo ngayon?
Nag-practice lang po kami ng maigi. Tapos, sinunod namin yung mga sinasabi ng mga coaches.
And I'm sure masayang-masaya ka because ikaw ay isang homegrown player ng Pangasinan Heat Waves. Gaano kahalaga itong experience na ito para sa'yo?
Sobra po. Sobra yung halaga itong experience para sa akin. Para matulungan ko din po mga sa pamilya ko.
And I'm sure maraming young Pangasinense athletes na nanunood ngayon at inspired sa'yo. Anong magiging mensahe mo sa kanila?
Mag-practice lang po ng tapos yun lang po. Tapos practice lang po.
And binanggit mo nga ang iyong pamilya. I'm sure masaya rin sila sa iyong performance. Sino ang gusto mong pasalamatan?
Unang-unang po sa lahat, sa pasalamatan ko po yung Panginoon na binigay itong panalo namin. Tapos mga coaches, nagpapasalamat po ako kay Mayor. Tapos kay Kong Art po.
Thank you very much and congratulations to our bonus best player of the game, J.R. Kaasi. Back to you, Migs and Coach Mike.
There you have it. J.R. Kaasi is our hometown hero for the night. Not a double-double, but decent numbers and masterful defense coming from him with 3 steals and 3 blocks. On Monday, the MPBL will travel back to Manila for Caloocan versus Bacolod, South Cotabato versus Zamboanga, and Manila taking on the Quezon Huskers. That's a nice set of matches as we head on to another week for our beloved league. Thank you for joining us, folks. For Gianna Llanes and Mike Perez, my name is Migs Gomez. At ito po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.